bringing news that matters to you. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition.
Welcome back. It was Culture Day today at the Bartlett Hill Primary School. An exhibition was mounted under the theme Dis We Things to give students a sense of pride for their country and things Bahamian. Principal Gia Walker says the school wants students to gain a greater appreciation for the progress made in the country over the years. They also hope it encourages the students to be proud of their Bahamian heritage and not to take on any other identity.
As Bahamians, we need to know where we came from so that we'll know where we're going. The heroes of our country, we tend to know a lot about persons from other areas, other countries, but we have our own. So it's important that they know who they are, as much information as they could find out about them.
Walker and 6th grade teacher Vanessa Heald say Culture Day was a success.
Each grade level did a performance. We had singing, we had dancing, we had skits, good old-fashioned, and everything revolved around Bahamian culture. Okay, they learned about what bush medicines were good for, and in a very entertaining way, and what we hope will be an educational way that they would remember, so that when the time comes, they'll be able to use the information.
It's going to be an annual affair where we're going to help build from preschoolers straight up, so when they get up to grade 6, they'll be able to identify every aspect of our culture.
Members of the Scouts movement spending time this week with some senior citizens at a local nursing home. For Scouts leaders, this is their way of ensuring that the youth gain an appreciation for the many sacrifices made by the older members of society. Kimberly Mullings has more.
Every year, the Grand Bahamas Scouts Association selects a senior citizens assisted living facility to be the recipient of a goodwill gesture. This year's recipient was Ray Berther's Senior Citizen Center and, by extension, Central Home for the Elderly. Administrator Albertha Hudson was pleased with the timely donation of items.
Donations are always appreciated, and we do get a considerable amount, but anybody else who want to bring anything in the line of food stuff or cleaning stuff, or come and spend time and sit and read with the elderly, we appreciate it.
District Commissioner for the Grand Bahamas Scouts Association, Reginald Dean, says the boys are at an impressionable age and they are now understanding the significance of life.
It could be one of us who gets sick one day, have to be here, and these are the things that they need to know. A lot of people take it for granted and a joke when they see people lying down, can't move, and they can't do anything for themselves. So these are the reasons why we are here today, to give items that they can help to take care of those folks.
Chairman of the Grand Bahamas Scouts Association, Member of Parliament for East Grand Bahama, Peter Turnquest, says he considers it a pleasure to be on hand for the donation. He notes that as a former scout, he has gained so many skills through the organization.
We're bringing them here today to participate in this presentation so that they get an opportunity to give back something to the community, learn about civic pride, to participate a little bit with the elderly so they can understand the value that age brings, and to help them develop as total human beings.
In addition to parents and scout leaders, Crosstown Convenience Store also helped to make the donation possible. Kimberly Mullings, ZNS Network News.
She is a prolific author. Her publications have crossed the spectrum from poetry to plays, skits, short stories, counseling, and Christian books. Her latest book takes on a medical condition, but from a Christian perspective. Dr. Susan Wallace's latest release is titled Healing for Bipolar Disorder, a mental illness characterized by periods of depression and periods of elevated mood.
The scientist says that there is no cure for bipolar disorder, and I mean, consequently, there's no cure for a lot of the mental diseases that they have. They just treat them, and they'll have to treat them for life. But this book is different because God showed me the healing for bipolar disorder.
Dr. Wallace, who is also a Christian counselor, says this condition is prevalent in today's society, and she says her vision for the book came from God.
He told me to study the bipolar disorder, and he said, you have the first part already. because but what he meant by the first part is the fact that the kind of counseling I'm doing Christian counseling, and it deals with spiritual healing, it deals with physical healing, it deals with breaking of curses, deliverance.
The Bahamian author says she had to do extensive research for the book, which took almost a year.
I discovered in all of this that my God is bigger than I thought he was. Because if you have the faith, and faith and science has to go together, you cannot explain bipolar disorder without explaining how faith and science must link in order to bring it to pass.
This is Dr. Wallace's 12th book, and she's already working on number 13, which will chronicle her life story. And now it's time to ask the doctor.
Hi, and welcome to Ask the Doctor. March is recognized as National Kidney Month. As a nephrologist, which is a doctor that specializes in hypertension and diseases of the kidney, I strive to raise awareness of kidney disease and the importance of prevention and early detection. Kidney diseases are silent killers and can largely affect your quality of life. The role of the kidneys are to remove waste, excess fluid, and drugs from the body, produce erythropoietin, the chemical needed to make red blood cells and prevent anemia, regulate bone metabolism, regulate blood pressure, and maintain fluid, electrolyte, and acid balance. In the Bahamas, like most countries worldwide, diabetes is the leading cause of kidney failure and is the most common diagnosis for those persons on dialysis. Hypertension follows closely behind as the second leading cause. Because of this, prevention strategies are enforced to help decrease the incidence of kidney disease or failure worldwide. So during this month, we call on everyone to check with your doctor to determine if you are at risk for kidney disease. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
Don't go away, sports is up next with Ricardo Lighborn.